I love P90 guitars. I have a Gibson Les Paul Jr. that is great and pretty versatile for a single pickup guitar. And until last summer I owned a Gibson SG Special that I eventually sold because the tuning stability wasn't great for the tuning I was using it in. And of course, after I sold it, I finally discovered the Who album Live at Leeds with that classic SG Special sound. So I knew once I sold my SG Special that I would eventually replace it with a different double P90 guitar. I just didn't know which one yet. Epiphone makes great playing and sounding specials as well, but I wanted to try something different for a change, and then I saw this Gretsch for sale. That covered two items on my bucket list, a double P90 guitar and a Gretsch. So I decided to give it a try, and of course, first of all, I wanted to know if it can do that Pete Townsend thing. Alright, that was pretty okay. Somehow the guitar sounds bright but also thick at the same time. But let's see how it handles the opposite side of the spectrum and get some cleaner tones with some chords. That was pretty nice as well, although I couldn't really get these pickups to clean up very well. And that might have to do with the master volume having a treble bleed. But now let's try something completely different and see how this guitar handles effect heavy stuff. My first impression is that this guitar feels very stiff and tight to play. And part of that is the bottom end that the pickups have, but I think the main reason is a setup thing. It feels like I'm playing bass strings even though the scale length is actually shorter than a Gibson. I lowered the bridge quite a lot to change the break angle and lower the action, and now it plays a lot better. But there is still something buzzing on the low E string, even though the string is not touching the frets anywhere, and it seems like it's coming from the headstock. But let's go through the range of this guitar in one run through so you can get an idea of what each pickup position does and how the master volume works. I think it does that rootsy thing pretty well, and the guitar is at its best from low to medium gain settings. It doesn't really clean up because it has a biting brightness, and because of that same biting brightness it doesn't sound really good at higher gain levels. Let's do some riffing and lead work, as we haven't tried that with this guitar yet, and see how well it does that thing. Once again, it does a decent job, but it doesn't sound as greasy as a Gibson with P90s can sound in my opinion. It sounds nice, but the emphasis seems to be more on the lower and higher mids, while it's lacking the middle of the mids, if that makes sense. Weirdly, this guitar can either sound too fat or too bright at times. I think it shines in that rootsy southern rock territory with none more than medium gain. So let's do that again and mainly play double stops. For that kind of stuff, this is a good guitar, and I think this is a good guitar overall. The setup might need some work, but that's the case with most guitars in this price range. But the fit and finish are good, the guitar looks cool, and there's a lot to love for the right person. And if you're the kind of person that likes to play really dirty and likes fuzz, I will try that as well, just for fun, because P90 guitars are always a lot of fun with fuzz pedals. plays nice with a fuzz pedal, so if you're into Rival Sons or that kind of thing, this guitar could work for you as well. For me, this isn't the right guitar because it doesn't do the nice clean thing that other P90 guitars can do, and I don't like the sound when I drive it too much. From a playability standpoint, it's just not completely my thing. Overall, I think this guitar is really cool and I was considering keeping it for half a day, but for me it's just missing those last few percentages. And that's more of a matter of taste than an overall judgment of this guitar. Let me know what you think of these Gretsch P90 guitars in the comments down below, and while you're down there, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time.